Five, four, no. Hi, I don't know if I'm started. Let's see, do I have to click go live over here? No, okay, I don't get it. How many times? Hi, let me know if you can hear me, please. It says excellent connection, so that's awesome. Yeah, it's Friday. I'm Sarah Peasley, hand knitter live on Friday evenings. Today is September 9th. It is in fact a Friday. My laptop tells me so. And yay, okay. Anna, was it the same link as last time? Do you have any idea? Because it took me forever to find the link, and if it's just always going to be the same, then that would be handy. um, just trying to figure stuff out. I'll never get it. Just keeping it real. There's piles of crap right there. I cleaned a little bit of it up, but not all of it, so it doesn't always look really good right there. I didn't forget to do the Friday live stream, but I was relieved at the end at 5 o'clock. Oh, well, yay, YouTube. Okay. And yet, is it just for Patreon patrons or not? Ooh. So this could be interesting. All right, we'll figure it out. I don't know. I have more investigating to do. So welcome, whoever's here. Like Anna, it's a Stitches weekend. I teach for Stitches. Stitches is an online, Stitches is a learning platform that used to be only in person and now is both virtual and in person. Mostly virtual now, but slowly getting back to in person. I am not teaching in person for Stitches, but I am teaching for their virtual event. I'm just going to leave my hair alone. I am teaching for their virtual events, and this is one of them. It's the October, nope, it is not the October event because this is September. So it's the September event. This one is a one weekend one. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today was Friday. It still is Friday. And I taught 2 classes today. And, you know, I'm tired. So I was happy at 5. I was like, oh, I'm done teaching. Thank goodness I don't teach till 3 tomorrow. Not that I don't like the teaching. I love it, but it's exhausting when I do it right. And I think I did okay today. So I don't teach till 3 tomorrow. But then I remembered, I needed to do this here thingy that I love also. So I don't teach till 3 tomorrow, and then I don't teach till 3 on Sunday, but then I also teach at 6 on Sunday, which is inconvenient because I'm going to miss a friend's wedding and reception on Sunday. So I'm sort of sad. That's my fault. Today I taught a brand new class, and I even started by saying, this is a brand new class. And when I was done, I said, so how'd I do? And they, not everybody said something, but the one that I heard, because, selective hearing, said, I learned so much more than I thought I was going to learn. So yay, I guess I did okay. But I am going to watch the recording of the class and take better notes so that I can, or take notes actually. So I had a list of things I wanted to make sure I covered. And so then I just talked and talked and talked and talked, as I do. And then I looked at the list and went through it and, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. So not completely linear. The class was called, now this is interesting, the class was called Unleash the Magic of Schematics. So it was about why schematics are important, what they can tell you, how they can help you, and if you want to make one, how to make one. For either because your pattern doesn't have one and you would prefer to have one, or because that's how you want to design a sweater, or because you need to draw one for somebody you're working for example. So it wasn't how to draw it like on Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. It was like how to just slap one on a piece of paper. So I'll show you, and I'm going to try to finish all my trains of thought, but some of them have already derailed. I had submitted it under Unleash the Power of Schematics, and they published it under Unleash the magic of schematics, and I am totally fine with that. But I just wanted to show you, oh, and then the second class today was another schematics class. This one assumed you knew what a schematic was, and it was create a schematic from your closet, or build a schematic from your closet. And so schematics again, except now we're going to, make something with them. So I just wanted to flip through because it cracked me up. I did a lot of, I couldn't find my pile of, I guess I should have just grabbed some printer paper, but I'll just flip through. You won't get to see all because the paper is bigger, but just, this is what I drew for my students. So this is what they got to play with today. And aren't you glad you didn't have to look at all those numbers? Oh, that was something else. That was the last one, and this was one as well. We could all knit that sweater right now, and it would fit me, and you can just send it to me. So, holy cow, that was a lot of, there was math. It wasn't hard math, and I couldn't see everybody. I had 10 people in each class. I don't think they were all there. Once I start the class and spotlight myself or my hands, I can't see all the other people. Maybe I can, but I don't know how. So I only see like 4 or 5 up top. And so I don't know if the other 4 or 5 were engaged or snoozing. Some of them didn't have their cameras on. So that's always a little, whoops, that's always a little like, I don't know, they're knitting or they didn't want to be on camera or whatever. But one of them, at least one of them still asked questions even though their camera wasn't on. So that was good because then I knew they were paying attention. Plus it's recorded for like a month afterwards so people can still get caught up. I'm going to take a drip, a sip of my giant, whoops, and drippy iced coffee. Which I got because I had to run an errand. I got to run an errand. Had the honor of running an errand, trying to be more positive, after my class. And so while I was out, I got gas for the car because it needed gas, and I got an iced coffee. So I planned to get the iced coffee, and I didn't plan to get the gas. So as I was driving back from the errand, I'm like, oh, I'll get gas, and pulled right into a gas station that I was right in front of. No problem. And then I almost drove right by the Big B that I planned to go to get the iced coffee, because by then I was like almost home and I wanted to be home. Oh my gosh. So what I really need to do is go grocery shopping, but that didn't happen today. Whoops. Sorry, just trying to get, I don't know why this neckline is crooked and now my bra strap's all messed up. Sorry. Yes, a giant iced coffee, so that should perk me up, I would think. I don't even pretend anymore. I'm just like, give me the the giantest one. I don't really say that. I say the 24 ounce. I don't know if they have a bigger one. So I showed you some of my notes from class this morning. Tomorrow's class is the first of 2 sessions for the top-down set-in sleeve. So tomorrow we do the armhole, and then Sunday we do the sleeve, the top-down set-in sleeve, and the other class is a drop stitch class, which technically is a new class, but really I've taught it before. I just altered it a bit. I took out stuff that didn't really go in the subject matter that I wanted to teach, and I added some stuff that did. So I think it's a better class. So it's the first time I've taught it like that, but I've taught it before. Taught all the pieces of it in other places, other arrangements. Just gonna breathe. Let's see. It's a beautiful day. Once again, as I walked Clara around the block, different neighbor said, "This is why we live in Michigan. Isn't it a beautiful day?" And I agree. And I need to stop and enjoy the beautiful day instead of following up with, "I'm really not looking forward to walking the dog in the snow." I need to just ignore the fact that it's going to snow and be icy and frickin' cold, and I'll have to put on boots and a hat. I don't wear a hat. Boots and coat and scarf and gloves and load the dog up and then go out and try not to fall over every time I have to take the dog out, or every time the dog has to go out, which seems to always be about 4 times a day. Anna, I don't know. She has like 17 dogs. It's five, I think. Do you have a fenced in yard? Do you just shove them out the door? Do you have to walk all of them? I don't know. I don't have a fenced in yard, and Clara, while she loves me, I'm sure she would run. She has run as soon as I open the door if she's not hooked up to me. So um, I can't just let her out. Although I do let go of the leash when Rick, the neighbor, is out in his driveway because she will head straight for him and go nowhere else. And then she'll stand there until he gives her treats. So I know that it's safe. Although last week, this is Friday, so probably this week I did that. And he was standing behind his car, his, SUV, but I knew he was there. I could hear his voice, so I let go of her. And it turned out there was another person with a dog behind there. So that wasn't a good idea. Although fortunately it was a friendly dog and a friendly person, and Clara didn't care. I will report. It's Friday. We're talking about things I accomplished. Yes, 5 with a fence, so we send them out the back door. I'm jealous. Plus, the few times, well, I take Clara out and sit on the back patio with her, which is brick. But anytime I hook her up to something that's near mulch or dirt, she digs. So I also think that a fence wouldn't work for her. I think she would just dig her way right out because she's just... The big ones do demand a long walk every morning, rain or shine. Okay. I think a lot of us, being Michiganders or people who live in Zone 5, perhaps, often wonder if there's a place that's like it is outside today, if there's a place that's like that every day that we could move to. Because it's not too hot and it's not too cold and it didn't rain and it's, I don't know, it might be humid. I don't know. Giant iced coffee. So let's try some things. Without showing too much, like my bra strap that I showed earlier, I have to announce that I was caught up. Yes, I want to move to that place. We can be neighbors. I mean, no, I don't appreciate the winter, and maybe it makes me appreciate the beautiful days more, but I don't want to. So I'm working on this Casa Pinka knit along, you may have heard. I only mention it every time. And I got to the point where I was working on Clue 4, and it was in fact the week of Clue 4 this past week. And I got caught up last night to the end of Clue 4, like at 12:30 in the morning. And then I checked my email in case the 5th clue, which drops, I think the words drop, I don't know, is sent to you on Friday. I didn't know how early Friday. I didn't look at when it happened on the other Fridays, but like I didn't finish till like 12:30 this morning with Clue 4, and I thought, oh God, maybe I didn't get caught up. Like I thought, I'm caught up. I was indeed caught up. I bound off the part that it said to bind off. So I was super excited. And then I thought that maybe Clue 5, when I got it, would say to put the stitches that were on hold on the needle, but then I thought, nope, I'm not going to make that assumption. I don't want to make that assumption and be wrong and have to take the stitches back off the needle, which would take 3 seconds, thanks to the cool doohickeys. I'll show you the cool doohickey. Oh, and here I'm talking to you with nothing on the hands camera, because that's exciting. So here's the cool doohickey, this green thing. There you go. That holds the stitch. I'm showing you the back, so you can't see what the shawl looks like. It just kind of slides in and out. You probably can't even tell that it's sliding. You poke the end. Anna knows this already, and so you poke the end onto your knitting needle. Well, let's do it. Gosh darn it! Let me just do it, Sarah. Let's do it, you guys. Anna says, I haven't gotten much done since Tuesday, but I'm working on the knit along now. It's, I managed, it's just stockinette and garter. And it's very repetitive, but I managed to mess up the end and have to tear it out because I wasn't paying attention. I just messed it up. So here's my needle. I shoved it into the holder. So I spoiled it for you. We're going to use the other stitches. Very exciting. Which end is that attached to? This one. Okay, so now what I do is I find the other end and I pull. And the way it got in here, the way this green thing got in here is doing this in reverse. So if you wanted to take this video and play it backwards, you would see how to put it on. So I'm sliding, sliding, sliding. You probably can't tell that I'm sliding, sliding. Should have put it on the other end of the green thing. Here we go, almost to the needle. Oop. Okay, so here we are. Get this guy out of the way just because. Hi, Clara. And we just kind of push it onto the needle. So let's get it pushed up there. And I have figured out that I always give it a little shove on to the green thing, and then if you just kind of pull from underneath, instead of pushing on, it just kind of push the fabric underneath, and that seems to work a little better. So there it is moving onto the needle. I'm going to shove it up there more. Move it onto the needle. I think pushing it onto the needle is good because then you're pushing it with the direction of how the green thing is on the needle. You're pushing it onto the, you're pushing the stitches and the green thing, although your color may vary, onto the needle. Oops. Let's see. Yep, I'm doing it correctly. Okay. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's my very beginning tail right there. The very, very beginning. We got a little traffic jam going on there. Shove, shove, shove. Whoop. Shove, shove, shove. Whoop. And the last little bit. Shove, shove, shove. And then pop. And I'm done. So I'm ready. I've started clue 5. That's so exciting. By putting the stitches on the back on the needle. So I'm winding up the green thing and I'm putting it in the pocket of my bag because I don't know where the tin that it goes in is. Oh yes I do, I think it's right here. Maybe not. I think it's in right here. I have Starsky right here and that's where the tin was. I found it. Yay, here's the tin. So it should have the other strings in there. Oh, at least one, maybe 2. So here's the one I just wound up, although it already got messed up. Let's see if I can just shove it in there. The answer is yes. Get in there, you little extra thing. There. So now they're all wrangled. Put it back in Starsky's container. So I will just say that I'm the black. Here's my 4 colors. Oops, I won't show you that part. Here's my 4 colors. Here we go. I have black and this beautiful color, which is I'm still in love with. It's called May 22. This lighter red violet and this darker red violet, which may even be a little bit of a blue violet. Those are my 4 colors. I'm getting, this black is, there's not much left. I can show you. So that doesn't give anything away. Here's the black. It is, there's not a lot left. We still have 2 clues. Here's the May 22. There's a little more of it left, but it's quite depleted as well. Here's the, that's the Plucky Knitter Rouge. I think it's called Rouge. And that one's, you know, you can tell it's been used, but it has, there's more of that one. And then the other color is Sabaduria, I think, from Malabrigo, and you can barely tell that that one's been used. So we're going to have some of that one left over, I think. And the others will have been, you know, it'll feel like I used a lot of those. Isn't that pretty? Let's bring you back here. Yeah, oops, that's not where I want to bring you back. I want to bring you back here. So, Anna, it's not like I'm competing. It's just that I love it and I'm having fun. And I'm competing with myself. I really wanted to get caught up even for a brief moment. And it was only a few hours. So, proud of myself for that. Pat, 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 pat. I will work on it. I don't have to teach till tomorrow at 3, and that one is a class I've taught many times. Hi, Anne. That answers my question. Yeah, that's the Mystery Knit Along from Casa Pinka. So that's where I am there. I'm ready to dive into Clue 5 that got in my email this morning, and that leaves Clue 6, and then we're done. I mean, we're not done. We have to actually knit those things, but it's been, once again, it's been really fun. I'm extra proud of getting caught up because I started by finishing the first one. Anna's going to get caught up tomorrow morning during the Marathon League of Women Voters board meeting. All these friends of mine are on these important boards and do important things, and I'm glad. Thank you for doing that. I was going to say I'm just a loser, but no, I'm not a loser because my friends do important things. So thank you for doing that. But hey, good knitting time, right? Yeah, so yay. And I want to tell you that part of the reason I got caught up with the Knit Along was because I've been listening to, and here's another thing I finished this week, last night actually, 12 something in the morning. I've been trying to get used to listening to audiobooks because I miss reading, but I can't concentrate if I try to actually read a book. And honestly, if I turned my laptop around, which I could, but I'm not going to, I have piles of books stacked up that I want to read, that I pull off the bookshelf. Like, there's bookshelves everywhere too. There's piles of books that I opened up and started reading, and then I put down, and then I pick up another book, or one that I was almost done with, or one that I was... Anyway, I'm trying to convince myself, and I am convinced. Just not true to it. There's a word. Audiobooks, and then I can do other things. So for example, I listen to audiobooks while I drive to and from Woven Art, the yarn shop where I work, which is only 8 miles away, so I don't get a lot of it in. But the car that I have right now is magical, and I just get in the car and the dashboard starts reading the book to me wherever I left off. So that's magical, and I'm going with it. Because if I had to remember to restart it each time, I wouldn't do it. So I'm listening to it through... Hang on. I love when I choke on my own spit. It's just so elegant. Libby. Libby is an app that is hooked up somehow to my library. Let me just suck down some more caffeine. I'll just cry. It's okay. So I was listening to my Angelo. Well, you know, I say Angelou because that's how it's spelled, but it sounds like she's saying Angelo every time she says, so I'll have to figure that out. But I finished listening to the book last night. Now I look all weepy. Finished listening to the book last night. And I would tell you things, except maybe you haven't read it or listened to it. And it was very good. And I actually, right away, oh my gosh, falling apart. Right away, I kind of remembered that I actually have that book in my Kindle. I don't have a Kindle, but you know, you have the Kindle app. So when you have books, you can read them through the Kindle app or something. So I remembered that I had it in there. I'm just going to wipe my eyes. And I brought it up, like, I want to read it now, like, read it. I wish I had the book, but I do have it on, because I do prefer books, except that I can't concentrate on it. Anyway, I want to read it again already, is what I'm saying. And I thought I'd read it, like, reading it from a book. Sorry, oh my goodness, reading the words as opposed to having them read to me, although Maya Angelou was doing the reading. And it was, I told you that already, because it sounded like my friend Evelyn and got me to call Sheila, and that was lovely. So anyway, I finished the book, so yay me, finishing a book. It was really good. Turns out there's like 6 or 7 similar books. I'll just say that. And so now I have to go find more, although this is supposed to be the better of them. It's fine. It's all fine. If I pass out, you can call 911 for me. So just don't inhale, Sarah. I've also noticed when I listen to these that I'm pretty sniffy. So maybe I'm having allergy issues also. I don't know, but I didn't know I was being so sniffy. So I also, last night, what happened? I was going to work on the shawl, but it was upstairs, and I was down here, and I didn't want to go upstairs because it was bedtime. That's what it was. It was bedtime, and if I went upstairs, then I should go to bed because it was late. This was a couple days ago. So I stayed down here and looked to see, like, well, what else do I have to work on? So I did a side. One of the things that I think my Monday live stream, this is Friday, right, helped me with, but maybe it was you guys, I have absolutely no idea, was, oh crap, getting started with this border. I was auditioning borders, and I decided that this one was fine. It's a puff stitch. I don't have the light on here, but I think you can see that it's a puff stitch. And so I had only gotten like that far and decided, yeah, I think I'll do it. So the other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, because the knit-along thingy was upstairs, I did the puff stitch all the way across a very long side of my giant granny square, and I turned a corner. So my question for you is, what do you think? Do you think that was a good corner turn? I don't think it's bunchy. So I did 3 puff stitches in the corner, because that's what we often do, is 3 things in a corner. And I think it's fine. Like, it hasn't been blocked yet. None of it's been blocked yet. It's a giant granny square. I'll hold it up in a minute. But I think that that's okay for the corner. I think it's not too many stitches and not too few. So let me hold the sniff. So let me hold it up for you. So there's the corner. And here's the side it's on. Get some slack so I don't pull out. Here it is. Whoop. Whoop. So you can see that navy blue on the top. You can't really see that it's puff stitch. It's not on the sides yet. But I think that's a good, I did every other stitch that was available on the edge, and I think that's a good ratio. Okay, Anna says looks good, so therefore it's fine. So it took me quite a while, and I did it without my glasses because, did I mention it was at night? And I should have used my neck light thingy. But anyway, I'm that far into the next side, so I'll be done with that in no time. And then I dropped the crochet hook and I can't reach it, but I'll get it later. It's right there, but I can't reach it. Okay. So that's moving along. This is all I have left. We're going to pretend that that's enough. The sun is starting to set. This is what I have left. If I was, if Fran was here, Fran, are you here? She would say, you could weigh that and then you'd know if you have enough, which I'd have to do another side and then weigh it again, and then I'd know if I had enough. But I kind of feel like I should just go for it. But I should weigh it just so I know before I do the whole thing. Isn't that kind of cool how it's, I did an outer pull for whatever reason. And isn't it cool that it's kind of flower shaped? It was a little fat, I'm clapping for myself. It's a little flat, like a ball of yarn, like a ball. It's Rowan Fine lace. I don't think I have the tags. I don't know where all the rest of the stuff for this is. I do have the tags. Look at me. What a good girl. What's that? It's a double pointed needle. I don't know why I have it. Oh, yes, I do. I was going to maybe do I-cord. Here, Rowan Fine Lace. And they're all Rowan Fine Lace. Some of them have different labels, so that's weird. One ball of each of 4 colors. And I went until I had very little left of the 4 colors. They all made little flowers. And yeah, so it's a giant granny square. This was actually, I think, my first ever granny square. There we go. Here's the middle. So it's so soft. Did I mention? No, I didn't. It's so soft because, let me pull out the label again. It's baby alpaca, baby Surrey alpaca, 50%, no, 80% alpaca and 20% wool. No wonder. It is so luscious. So this, I started a couple, I don't think it was last winter. I think it was the first winter of COVID. And I decided to get better at crochet, and I decided that I wanted to make a giant granny square to wear under my winter coat as a scarf. And so this is, I got it done. I just didn't know what to do for a border. So here you go. Oh, look, it matches. What a surprise, it matches my piece behind me. But it'll be a big, sorry, I'm stuck. I'm stepping on. You guys, why didn't you tell me? I never plugged in the frickin'... Ah! Is the sound better now? Holy shit, Sarah. Why am I stepping on the cable? Because it's not plugged in. Honestly. Okay. I'm just going to shove that in there and we'll move on. Anyway, that's close to being done, although there are 1,000 ends to weave in, which is par for the course. I can't believe I didn't have this stupid thing plugged in again. You know, somebody somewhere is going to watch one of these and say, God, she's so unprofessional. That's right. I am. It's not on purpose. So you've been listening to me. I'm assuming you can hear me now. I don't know how you've been listening to me. Okay. We don't need to talk about that. And I talked about those. Okay, so this thing that we're going to talk about, what time is it? Perfect. And I also wanted to talk about my poll. Clara says, don't forget to talk about the poll. Here's a piece of paper. Oh, that goes with the granny squares. What does it say? Let's see what it says. Granny square winter wrap. After repeat. Oh, see here, I was weighing. Look at me. Whoops, you can't see it. So 4 colors. After repeat 11, I had that much of each color. After repeat, nope, that much of each color. After repeat 12, after repeat 13, after repeat 14. Oh, there's a neighbor kid on a scooter. Holy crap. Oh, now this is in the way. I'm not going to win any awards for broadcasting, let me tell you that. So I had 10 grams left of the dark blue. Oh, so now I can weigh it because I know I had 10 grams. So I can do an after one side thing. There you go. Look how smart I am. I'm glad I found this piece of paper that fell on the floor. Sometimes I wonder how I can even put my pants on when without putting them on wrong. That didn't even come out right. Okay. Oh, so Fridays are when we talk about the poll. On Tuesdays, a poll goes out. Yep, on Tuesdays, a poll goes out. Background noise. And it's live until right before this starts on Fridays. So I am trying so hard to finish my sentence. So the poll this week was a fairly simple one. I thought I had given you too many choices last week. So this week I really gave you 2, but then I really gave you 4. And the question was, which way does the toilet paper go? Over the top, under the bottom. You're assuming somebody replaced the empty roll and in the tree. And 100% of the respondents, people who answered, said over the top. So that was an easy one, I guess. I thought there might be somebody who was going to be a rebel. I remember having a conversation with my dad, my dad, who would have been 100 years old on the 7th, so on Wednesday. Sorry. I had a conversation with my dad once explaining why over the top was better than under the bottom. And I said, because as you pull the toilet paper roll, you're actually pulling, as you pull on the toilet paper as it comes over the top, you're actually pulling the roll away from the wall, and then it can more easily roll off the roll. And he said, that makes sense. And I was like, wow, I just won an argument. It wasn't even an argument, but I proved a point to my dad. I felt pretty proud. And I was an adult. I was probably in my 40s. But then I thought later, same thing happens if you pull from underneath. You pull it away from the wall. But, I snowed my dad for a brief moment anyway. Okay. Next thing we're going to try. How much time do we have? I have 2 things I want to try. Maybe one I'll save for another week. The one that I want to do today is going to be sad. I just know it. And I kind of wish I had my extra light. I think we'll be okay. All right. So here we go. It's going to be sad. We're going to see moth damage, I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. 1,000 years ago, I started a blanket, an Afghan, and I had a collection of Mountain Colors yarn. Mountain Colors is from Colorado. And I had fallen in love with the Ruby River colorway, which is a red that goes to a purple and a kind of a golden color. And actually, when I first started collecting it, it was less golden colored than it was later as I collected it. There's nothing there now. Just time to bark. Okay. So by collecting, I mean they had a worsted weight wool, so I got that in the Ruby River colorway. And they had an alpaca wool blend, and I got that in the Ruby River colorway. Also a lace weight boucle, a merino ribbon, a one with mohair in it called Mountain Goat. Right, that would be mohair. Yep, there's, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 different ones in the Ruby River colorway, different yarn bases. And I thought, I decided I wanted to see how they knit up. Excuse me. So I've had them for a long time and I've made things with them. And I still have more of the yarn. And I don't know, I think I was just swatching it to see what it looked like in garter stitch or something. And I decided to alternate it with black garter ridges, which should be no surprise to anyone. So I did one ridge of one of the reds, one of the Ruby Rivers, and then a black ridge, and then another red Ruby River, a different Ruby River ridge, and then a black ridge. So either 5 or 6 or 7 of the colors. And I just kept going because it was really pretty. And I made a really long strip. And I still have more of the yarn. And then I decided it would be an Afghan, and I would do a rainbow because I already had the red strip done. And what that meant was I needed 5 or 6 or 7 colors or yarns in each color of my Afghan, plus a crap ton more black. So I don't even know. Somewhere there's notes, probably in this bag. I'm going to show you. Nope. I'm going to go like this. There's the bag right here. Right here. Here's the bag. Oops, I'm leaning it the wrong way, Sarah. Here's the bag. You can see that the red-violet section is on top. Whoops, well, that got really loose. I'm pretty sure, because this was, sorry about this silly dog. At nighttime when it starts to get dark, she barks. This was one of the bags I had in my office when it was in the basement before I moved my office upstairs after in the very early days of COVID. Something's happening on my computer. I hope you guys are still there. Let's see if you're still there. It says I'm live. Okay, because that did happen. So some of the bags that were in my office for a while got moth damage, and I can see moth damage on the top of this one. So I'm not sure how far. Oh, and there's some stitches that are still on a needle. So I had gotten all the strips done, the beautiful colors, and of course I had to have 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever of each color. So, you know, it was supposed to be stashed because I had all that Ruby River, but it ended up being a stash blanket that makes you buy more yarn. Bark, bark, bark. So I started putting them together, and I figured out how I wanted to put them together, which involved. Do I have paper in here? Afraid I'm gonna somewhere. Okay, so I'll show you this. Just background noise. So for example, so I did red. Oops, you can't see that. There we go. And then I did black. So this is a ridge of garter stitch, and then red, and then black, and then red, and then black. So let's pretend that's a whole strip. It's not, but let's pretend it is. Well, here, I'll go like this. So there's a whole strip for my Afghan. And then I had another one that was, for example, blue, and then black, and then blue, and then black. Except it wouldn't have been next to the red because I did a rainbow. Clara, are you okay? Ugh, she says, ugh, oh, that was the wrong lid. So let's pretend that's a whole, woo, my gauge changed. So then I did, so this would have been like a red violet or the other side of red, an orangey. I don't know what it was. I don't think I have orange. Anyway, to be between them, I decided to go this way. Whoops, that was bad. I think, oh, nope. And then I did, my bad. Because I'm not going to be able to hold the whole thing up for you, so I'll just show you. Oh boy, you know, you get the idea, hopefully. So I did vertical, I'm trying to put the correct lid on each pen. So I did panels with stripes, and then I put them together by doing, by picking up, working in the blue and the black again, working in the red and the black again, and then I 3-needle bind offed. I joined them using a 3-needle bind off. And there are, I don't know, 7 would be the right number of colors for the rainbow, except I know I didn't use orange or yellow. I know I didn't use yellow, and I'm sure I didn't use orange. So, yeah. So I'm going to pull it out of the bag, and I can see that there's damage on the top. Let's see. Let's do this one more time. I'll pull it out and show you why I know there's damage. But I don't know the oh, it's in pieces. It's not all the way put together. So this, unless maybe it's not damage. I appear to have woven in the ends as I went, which is, otherwise I was just going to kill myself. Well, I shouldn't say that. So maybe that's an edge, an end. Let's see. That would be amazing. It is. So that wasn't moth damage. Hi. Bark, bark, bark. Oh, wait, and then I didn't plug that in either. Holy crap, Sarah. Let me plug in my laptop. I still don't even know if you guys are listening to me or not. It says I'm live. It says people are watching. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, she's lying down now. She's all right. So I'll hold it up. See, maybe all the things I thought were damage are actually... tails. That would be amazing. Okay, let's hold it up and see. I will be flabbergasted if this is not damaged. And I can't, and here's some stitches that need to go back on the needle. Please hold. And then, oh, and then I ran out of one of the yarns, and they don't make it anymore. So I think that's where I was stuck. I was trying to figure out how to get around that. All right, so ready? Gosh, that looks like damage. All right, well, we'll find out. So here's the Ruby River that started it all. What if I do this? Let there be light. Here's the Ruby River that started it all, which you can't really see. So let's try putting it under here, where I don't have a light, but for some reason it's light. Clara! There you go. There's the Ruby River. Isn't that pretty? So that's the merino ribbon. And that's, that feels like it might be the alpaca. That's the lace weight boucle held double. That might be the mountain goat because it feels fuzzy. And then that's probably the plain worsted wool. And then I repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 in the red. And then here you can see I put the side on same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of each of the colors, waiting to be sewn or whatever to, well, that's all messed up, to either another strip or the border. Can somebody say something if you're able to hear me? I'm getting nervous. So here's the other side of the red, and it attached with a 3-needle bind off. There's the chain to the red violet strip. So there's the 5 of the red violet, and here's the red violet. Maybe they're all, see, I think there's, well, that's a little moth carcass. I'll be shocked if there's not moth damage here. But anyway, let's keep going as if there isn't. Because like that, I think it's just the end. I don't know. Anyway, there's the, see? I think it's just the end that I wove in. I don't know. We'll have to find out. If there's a crap ton of, see? Damage, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, and then it went to the blue violet, or to the purple. And then I seem to be, so I did the 5 on the purple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's my, and I stuck with 5. Thank you, Anna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was just worried that because I didn't plug things in that it had gone away, since that did happen the other Monday. So I did 5 of every, like here's 5 purples, there's 5 red violets. And so I had gotten to do the side here, and the next color would be this one, which was fancy and fuzzy. And it was a Fiesta yarn. Fiesta Yarn was a yarn company. And I ran out and I don't have any more. So that's where that stuck. So that's why I stopped. So there's red, violet, and violet. Here is blue violet. That's ready to attach to the violet if I ever get those other things done. And the blue violet, and then I have a blue that's kind of an icy blue. It's blue. There's some icy blue in there, but there's my blue. And then there's the side of the blue, and then I did do like a tealy blue, and that was the end. That was the end. So this end will have a border. I didn't know what I was going to do for a border. It'll go across the top of all the strips and across the bottom of all the strips, and then down the other side of that red one that looked like this. So I will lay it out on the couch and see if it is in fact not damaged. I am going to be in shock if it is not in fact damaged, but all the ends that I was seeing appear to be from weaving in my ends as I go, which I find amazing. I don't want to get too excited about it because okay. Anyway, so this side's done. I mean, it's on a thing waiting to get something done to it. All right, well, that's exciting. Whoops. Where'd my little head go? So I have a blanket almost done. It's been almost done for a really long time. There's some black yarn waiting for 3 needle bind off. So I need to get this blue violet attached to that violet. And if there's not damage, then I can just keep going. This is some black. And when I talked to my friend Sheila the other night, she reminded me that I had appropriated some black from her. So that's where a lot of that black came from. Here's a needle. Ooh. Wow. Look at this. This is one of those Addi lace needles, the kind that get corroded. And it's very corroded. But look at the other side. It's perfectly shiny. Isn't that weird? Ugh. That's so weird. So, I mean, I can wash that with soap and water and it clears right up. But that is so weird. Okay, well, we're just going to set that aside. Actually, let's set it aside somewhere else. Put it in my pen jar. So here's some more black. Oop. I can wind this and see if that has any damage. But this was in the bottom of the bag, so it's probably okay. That's nothing. This is Philosopher's Wool, and it was already had crap in it when you got it. So a lot of that is probably just from that. This appears to be some more of that I had wound into a ball. And again, this was on the bottom of the bag. And that is not a moth. So I think we're maybe okay there. What's this? Here's the Fiesta yarn that it would be nice if I had more of. Oh, and you know what? Oh, and look, here's some Lantern Moon needles. I must have knit it with those beautiful straight needles. Oh, I'm getting debris on my lap as if there is moth damage. There's some blue. Here's a different purple, or maybe that's some of the purple because I still needed some more purple. Wow. I bet there is some moth damage when I open that up because there's a lot of little gritty things in the bottom of the bag. But this bag holds the purple yarns. So I was done with all the other yarns. So here's some cotton. I'm just going to dump that bag out outside and vacuum it out. That's kind of gross. Okay, so there's one of the purples. Here's another of the purples, I think, or a possibility of another purple. Okay. And here's some purple. That might have been one of them. That's from Yarn Hollow, Rita Petty's. Here's some more. Yep, so there's some more of the Yarn Hollow. So that was one of the colors. There's another tag. There's another tag. That's probably this Cherish yarn. So here's my 5 purples. Oh, and there's some stitch markers. Some stitch markers in there. There's stitch markers. And I think that bag is empty, so that can get vacuumed out also. Oh, and here's another one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't see them all, but no more of that. So I just need to, who's going to know? I just need to put a different purple in there. And by now, however many years later, I have a ton of purple yarn. Or another ton of purple yarn. So okay. Definitely getting gritty stuff on my lap. Definitely lots of gritty stuff in the bag. So what I'll do is I will take these purples and this black and I'll wind it on the ball winder and see if there's any damage. I'll lay the blanket out and cross my fingers because everything that I saw that looked like damage that was on the top of the bag was in fact the tails that I had woven in, which would be a shock if there wasn't moth damage. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Kind of exciting. 7:58. Well, good. Because I didn't know how I was going to fill an hour today. So I'm putting everything away. These can go back in bag, except I'm going to vacuum out the bag. All right. So I'll report back to you and tell you if there's damage to the blanket. So we did the pole. Toilet paper goes over the roll. I told you about my stitches classes. I told you about, did I tell you that my Angelou book was I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings? I don't remember if I ever told you which one I was listening to. And we went through the colorful Afghan and we put the stitches back on for the, the knit along, which I'm going to work on tonight as soon as I get done with you guys, which is now. So thank you for being here. Lovely to see you. Oh, I missed it. Anne. I have Anne and Anna. Anna said, looks good to me, but I knit, not crochet. That was probably about the puffy border, the puff stitch border for the crochet. Yeah, I knit too. I mean, that's my first love, and I've been trying to up my crochet game. That's my COVID skill building. So that's it. I will see you next week. Hopefully, I'll be here. Same bat time, same bat channel. And thank you for being here. Bye. And I still don't know how to end this gracefully, so it's just going to stop awkwardly.